Hi guys, welcome back to the next session of the CAT 20. We're exploring CAT 2020 DILR in this series. I've already done one video where I showed you that getting 12 marks on a set in slot 3 was not as difficult as you thought it was. So I'm trying to explore one more question to try to check, because why I'm doing this is because there's a lot of hullabaloo about the CAT 20 DILR being almost unscorable. And given the fact that everybody found it unscorable, even a score of 25-30, that means you get through two sets in 40 minutes and you are maxing the exam. So the question I'm picking up is a reasoning question, interesting question, slightly on the tougher side, but that's what you need to understand about your preparation with respect to this exam, especially DILR preparation. You have to understand is that you have to learn how to get across a question. So what happens in DILR these days? Earlier it was you get through the initial 3 to 5 minutes of the set, the initial 3 to 5 minutes of your thinking in the set. So you were kind of sorted in the exam. You just sail through from here. But what they do now is that they keep giving you further challenges which restrict you from getting through to the answer of the questions. So let's, without any further ado, let's go into this question. Let's see what is happening here. I hope you can read this, or otherwise I will just go into Zoom mode and do this through a Zoom. A farmer had a rectangular land containing 205 trees, and he distributed that land amongst his 4 daughters A, B, C, D by dividing the land into 12 plots along 3 rows X, Y, Z and 4 columns 1, 2, 3, 4 as shown. So this is the land plot that he has. He has got a rectangular land plot, X, Y, Z, and 1, 2, 3, 4 are his this thing, and these are 12 cell or 12 land pieces that he has, and he's distributed this amongst A, B, C, D. So obviously inside the exam this will be on his screen, so you'll have to draw that structure here in some way. So X, Y, Z and 4 columns, 3 rows, X, Y, Z and the 4 columns, and the 4 columns are 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's your starting point. You start doing this and you just take down all the information, C, A, B and C. So C, A, B and C, followed by 9, 28 and A, 9, 28 and A. This information is given to you, and the further information that is given to you down here is the fact that the plots in row X, Y, Z contain mango, teak and pine trees respectively. So the rows X, Y, Z are mango, teak and pine trees respectively, and each plot had trees in non-zero multiples of 3 or 4. And none of the plots had the same number of trees. So 3 things here. One is the plots X, Y, Z contained mango, teak and pine trees, and there are a total of 205 trees. And each plot had trees in non-zero multiples of 3 or 4, and none of the plots had the same number of trees. So all the plots had either a number of 3x or 4x, multiple of 3 or 4, and no 2 plots had the same number of trees. And there's more information on that table, 12 and 21, 2 numbers which I have not taken down. This is 12 and this is 21. right? So this is the starting point, and the numbers, further the question goes and tells us that these numbers are the number of trees in each plot, and the people A, B, C are the daughters who got that plot, that respective plot. So you can make out that there's a lot of data missing in this, a lot of plots whose number of trees you don't know. In fact, you can count that you have been given information about 70 trees, 21, 33, 42, 70. You have been given information about 2 plots for A, 1 plot for B. You know information about 2 plots for A, 1 plot for B, 2 plots for C. These are the 3 pieces of information you have at this point. So you just know 5 plots who they belong to, and the other 7 plots you don't know, and you still don't know how many plots each daughter got, right? Because it's a division, so it could be an even division of 3 each, or it might be something else. So we'll have to go into the clues from here, and when I go into the clues, the first clue I get, and I'll have to, basically it's a reasoning question, and clue usage is the number 1 aspect of reasoning, of a reasoning question, how well you can use the clues. Abha got 20 trees more than Chitra, but 6 trees less than Deepti. So let's put that into our solving piece. Abha got 20 pieces more than Chitra. So Chitra, this is Abha. I'll try to keep it as clean as possible. D के बारे में हम लोग को कोई प्लॉट के बारे में नहीं दिया हुआ है, कौन सा प्लॉट उसको मिला है, अभी तक कुछ नहीं मिला हमको. So जब हम इसको देख रहे हैं तो Abha got 20 more trees in Chitra. So if Chitra is given n trees, Abha will get n plus 20. This is the information that's coming from there, and Abha got 20 trees more than Chitra, but 6 trees less than Deepti. So that reacts, or that gives me a reaction that Deepti is n plus 26. So my first clue is on my solving sheet. So I can from here I can actually say that I'm not going to use this clue any longer because it's there on my solving sheet. Second clue, the key is to get through 9 clues, and you're thinking inside this. By this time you will be maybe in the second, third minute of your solving in the exam, and you're trying to think about the 6 marks, 6 questions, 18 marks here, and what is stopping you is to deduce everything from here. What is stopping you from getting those 18 marks is to deduce everything from here and put it into that picture and read off the answers, so to say. So the second clue is an indirect one. The largest number of trees in a plot was 32, but it was not with Abha. Okay? So this is not something I can use right now, but I don't want to read it again. So I'll put it somewhere on my solving sheet. Maximum trees is 32, and it's not with Abha. Okay? So that clue is taken care of. I can mentally cancel that clue out. I've taken that into my solving sheet. I'm not going to read that again. The number of teak trees in column 3 was double that the number of teak trees in column 2, but was half that in column 4. So the teak trees in this picture are on the second row. The number of teak trees in column 3 was double the number of teak trees in column 2. So if I take n teak trees, or I have not used n anywhere, I have used n there. So if I take x teak trees here, then this will be 2x teak trees, and this will be 4x teak trees. So this is the information that comes from this clue, and that's what you'll do with that clue. And essentially I keep telling you in my sessions, and I'll keep telling you, this is one of the things that I tell everybody, that when you're trying to solve puzzles and mathematical questions, or reasoning or data interpretation puzzles, there are 2 kinds of reactions you have to execute. One is something which is directly guided by the question, and the second is where you have to do some problem solving of your own, some thinking outside what the question tells you. And the difficulty level of a question will vary, or will increase or decrease based on how tough or how easy the question was. How tough or how easy the question is will depend on how much it requires you to do after you use all the clues in the question. So अभी तक तो हम लोग ने सिर्फ clues पे react किया, कुछ नया किया नहीं. We have not done anything more. So till now there's no panic with respect to कि things are going out of control. All the 3 clues we have been able to understand. Now the fourth clue, both Abha and Beena got a higher number of plots than Deepti. Achha, one thing I missed from this side is each daughter got an even number of plots. So if each daughter got an even number of plots, you can't have everybody getting 3 plots each. So you know at this point that basically 12 plots amongst 4 daughters with everybody getting even number of plots can be 6, 2, 2, 2, or it can be 4, 4, 2, 2. That's the only 2 ways you can do it. 0 is of course not allowed. In this situation, everybody gets at least 1 plot, that you'll have to assume. So both Abha and Beena got a higher number of plots than Deepti. This at this point eliminates the 6-2-2 situation, and it tells me that the number of plots are 4, 4, 2, 2. Right? This is the reaction here. At this point, I'm repeating this. You could have a 6, 2, 2, 2. Before this, when you knew that everybody got an even number of plots, you could have a 6-2-2 or 4, 4, 2, 2 situation. And when they tell you that both Abha and Beena got a higher number of plots than Deepti, then this can only happen in this case. It can't happen in that case, because then you would have 2, 3 people having the same number of plots, and then Abha and Beena cannot get a higher number of plots than Deepti. So this is the point where you realize that the number of plots with the 4 people are 4, 4, 2, 2. So what we realize then is I know already C is 2 plots. I know 2 plots for A, so I have to still spot 2 plots for A. I know 1 plot for B, so I have to spot 3 plots for B. And I don't know any plot for D, so I'll still have to spot 2 plots for D. This is the information, and that's the reaction to that statement, and that's also pretty controllable in terms of what you need to do there. The next clue, only Beena, Chitra and Deepti got corner plots. Now with this reaction that I already have, and I use this in this situation, that only Beena, Chitra and Deepti got corner plots. The corner plots are only going to Beena, Chitra or Deepti. I already know that Chitra's 2 plots I have already identified. So Chitra can't go into the corner plots. So the corner plots have to go to B or D. Although the question tells me B, C, D, but I know it's B or D. And C has got this one, B has got this one will go to either B or D, and this one will also go to either B or D. So I'll make a small note here. I don't want to spoil the picture too much. So these corner plots are going to B or D. That's what we will deduce from that, and we are through with this clue. And then this clue comes. Deepti got 2 adjoining plots in the same row. Deepti got 2 adjoining plots in the same row. It's too early to put that, because it could be these 2 plots, it could be these 2 plots, it could be these 2 plots, or it could be these 2 plots. Deepti got 2 adjoining plots in the same row. So this is giving me a multiple possibility situation, but I know that I have to put Deepti's 2 plots together. I can put them here, or I can put them here, or I can put them here, or I can put them here. So there are 4 ways to do this that I can see at this point. And then Yogi's clue ka usage, 7th clue. Beena was the only one who got a plot in each row and each column. Beena was the only one who got a plot in each row and each column. So that means Beena has got a plot in every row and every column. So if I go into my picture, I have to put a Beena here. She's already here. This first column is already determined about who's getting what plot. So I'll have to put a Beena in this, I'll have to put a Beena in this, and I'll have to put a Beena in this column. One instance of Beena, because Beena has 4 instances, and her 3 instances which are missing. You remember we knew that 1 instance of Beena was known and 3 were missing. They have to get distributed in these 3 verticals, in these 3 columns. That's the reaction to that clue. And of course you'll also have to distribute Beena. 1 Beena will have to come here at least, and 1 Beena will have to come here at least, so that she is also there in every row. सो ये इन्फॉर्मेशन के बाद इसको तो ज़्यादा यूज़ उसके बाद यूज़ नहीं कर सकते हैं, बट दिस इज़ द क्रक्स क्लू, दिस इज़ द क्लू दैट ओपन्स अप द क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज अभी तक क्वेश्चन टिपिकली लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स यू विल सी दैट कहीं ना कहीं एक क्लू जाके लास्ट में मिलेगा जहाँ जो तुम्हारा क्वेश्चन को खोल देगा, और ये उस क्वेश्चन को खोल रहा है. चित्रा एंड दीप्ति डिड नॉट गेट प्लॉट्स which were adjacent to each other, either in row, column or diagonal. So Chitra and Deepti did not get plots which are adjacent to each other. That means, if you remember Deepti's 2Ds, we had one option here which is ruled out now because this is next to Chitra. We had a second option here which is again ruled out because this is on top of Chitra and this is diagonally with Chitra. No horizontal, no diagonal and no vertical. All three are not allowed. And the third option for D was here. So the 2Ds were here, the third option, which is not possible again, which means the 2Ds will come here. So D's second and D's first and second plots are those, and they are the only plots D has. And since this was B or D, and B has to be put into this, this must become a B plot. This must become a B plot, and that leaves me at this point now. And what else? My D's are taken care of, my C's are taken care of, and I've got one more B taken care of. So in my global list, I still need 2 A's and 2 B's to be put in. I still need 2 A's and 2 B's to be put in, and in that context, I have one open plot, second open plot, third open plot, and fourth open plot. 4 open plots right now. And 2 A's and 2 B's to be put into that picture at this point, right? और last clue क्या बोल रहा है? The number of mango trees was double the number of teak trees. The number of mango trees was double the number of teak trees. इसको थोड़ा सा मैं clean कर देता हूँ यहाँ पे. So that tells me the number of mango trees, the number of teak trees is 21 plus 7x. And the number of mango trees would be then 42 plus 14x. That's again a natural reaction. तो अभी तक तो हम लोग सिर्फ react किए हैं to what was written for us. Now A और B place करना है हम लोग को. First row में B को जाना ज़रूरी है. So this has to be a B. And if this is a B, so I am now in a situation where I have got only one B left. And I have to put a B in the third column, and I have to put a B on the second row because there's no B on the second row, and I've got only one B left. I have a B here, I have a B here, I have a B here. So that means the only way I can do this is third column gets fixed and the second row gets fixed if I put a B here, which then means that A is here and A is here. So I have my final structure at this point, at least with respect to who's getting what plot. But we'll still need to work out the number of trees involved or in the different this thing. So what leads us to the number of, so whatever we have to do is we have to do it from this point only. And the other aspect is all the numbers are 3x, 4x. All the numbers are 3x, 4x. And the other aspect is that the number of trees with A is n plus 20, C is n, and D is n plus 26. और B के trees कितने हैं अभी हम लोगों को पता नहीं है. तो it is a good point at this point to get into shape with respect to how many numbers we know for A. So for example, if I go back to my table, I know A has 21 here and A has 9 here, and A has x and 4x here. So x has a value of 30 plus 5x. X has a value, sorry, A has a value of 21, 9, and x and 4x. So A's total is 30 plus 5x. And one of the things you should do when you're solving sets like this, one of the things you should actually focus on is you should keep rotating the questions. Inside the exam, what happens is this text will come on one side of the screen, and the questions will keep coming on the second side of the screen. So what you should keep doing while solving these papers is you should try to keep looking at what the questions are, and at this point, if you had been able to see this question, what are the number of trees were received by Abha, Beena, Chitra and Deepti? We know that Abha has 30 plus 5x at this point. And if you look at the options, and if I look further, one more thing maybe I can show you here is that 21x plus 2 blanks is 105. Each of these blanks is minimum 3 each, 3, 4 each, minimum. So 21x can maximum go to less than 105. So the key values that I get for x are 4. If x is 4, then this becomes 84 plus 21, or x can be 3, 63 plus 42. X cannot be 2. Why it can't be 2? Because if this is 42, then these two have to be 63. And these two to be 63 with the maximum number being 32 in the whole table will not be possible. You will have to take one person at least above 32, one of the blanks above 32. Where did I get these blanks from? I am just repeating that. 21 plus this thing. See, this was 63 plus 21x. This was 3700. And these two numbers we don't know. So all of them together have to add up to 205. So from this thinking, I have already realized, even at this point, if I think about this equation, and this is just self-generated thought in this question, I have even realized that this 2 won't work here. So the values I am thinking about x is 3 or 4 at this point. And at this point, if you had chanced upon this value, 30 plus 5x with x is 3 goes to 45, it's not in the options. And 30 plus 5x with x is 4 has to go to 50. And that means that these are the number of trees that those 4 people have: 50, 69, 30 and 56. 50. Let me use a blue marker to put this up. The number of trees here is 50, 69, 30 and 56. Matches n plus 20 and n plus 26. अगर ये नहीं दिखता तुमको तो there was a way to get that. मैं वो भी दिखा दूंगा तुम लोग को कि how do you get 50 by solving through if the option was not favorable for you. What if one option had 45 then? So there was a way to do it. We'll come back to that a little bit later. But now C is 30. ये दिखा है हम लोग को. C is 30 और C का एक हमको 12 दिख रहा है यहाँ पे. तो C का दूसरा 18 होगा. This must be 18. And because this 18 is one of the blanks, and we now know that x is 4, this has to be 3, the other blank has to be 3, that's the only way this can become 105. So we keep hanging on to that equation. So this other blank has to be 3. And the bottom row is known. X is 4, 2x is 8, and 4x is 16. And the two D's have to add up to 56, and B's value has to add up to 69. So let's see where B is right now. तो B का एक हम लोग को 3 मिला है यहाँ पे. This is 8, 3 plus 8, 11, plus 28, 39. So plus this is 30. So B is 69 then, and D 56. One of the D's will be 32 and the other will be 24, and this sorts the problem. So that is the point, that the value of x, taking out the value of x, was the only point at which the question had stopped you. And if they are hinging 18 marks on this question, they have a right to give you that puzzle, right? And they have even given you a solution through the options here. So anyway, let's look at the questions. The questions are all read-offs. How many mango trees were there in all? So mango trees, first row with x is 4, 42 plus 14x is 98. That's the answer to this question, 98 here. And this question we already know. This is the answer here. And how many pine trees did Chitra receive? Pine trees for Chitra, pine trees for Chitra. Pine trees is the third row, Z. She received 18, and we are basically taking 18 marks with these answers in this question. And who got the plot with the smallest number of trees, and how many trees did that plot have? We have been able to see that Beena got 3 trees, and that's the smallest number. So Beena with 3 trees is the answer here, 12 marks. And 15 marks, which of the following statements is not true? Deepti got 56 mango trees. Deepti got 56 mango trees, that's true. We are looking for what is not true. Chitra got 12 mango trees. Chitra got 12 mango trees, that's true. Beena got 32 pine trees. Beena got 32 pine trees, no. Beena has got 3 pine trees. So that's the answer there. This is not true and this is the answer. And the last question, which column had the highest number of trees? Column with the highest number of trees. So इसमें ये determined नहीं है कितना क्या है, but if you look at the number of trees in this column, there is 36. In the second column, there is 52. In the third column, 917 plus 32, that means 49, or 917 plus 24, 41. It's either 41 or 49. But this column is 28, 44. And even if you take 24 here, it still gets to 68. So 68 or more, 68 or 76 will be the answer for column 4, and hence column 4 is the right answer. So this is 18 marks in CAT 2020. Barely, I think 10-12 minutes is what you require to do this, especially if you're aware, and that's one of the things you should do. It's part of your problem solving, and do that for all set-based questions, whether it is reading comprehension or it's logical reasoning or it's data interpretation. Whenever there's a set-based question, even in an RC passage, you have the passage on one side and the question coming on the other side. It's, I think, the opposite. The passage is on the left of your screen. When you look at it, it's on the left of your screen, and the question is on the right of your screen. So keep scrolling. Don't, if there are 4 paragraphs in the RC passage, keep scrolling the question so that you have a fair idea of what the questions are going to be. And if you had that, you have seen that. So I'll challenge you to find out that value of 50, x is 4, and getting that value of 50 without doing this. I'll bring out a separate video for that to show you this problem. That in case that 50 was that free hit was not given to you, how you would get that answer in this question. You'll still be able to get it, but थोड़ा काम ज़्यादा करना पड़ता, and but हो जाता उसमें भी. So I'll explain that to you in a separate video which will follow this one. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoyed this. What you can put your comments. Do you think it was tough, or do you think it was doable? I will not call it easy, but do you think it was tough or doable? And hence, what should you do for your preparation? Your preparation, see, the problem inside the CAT is not just that the fact that you have to do this, but you also have to fight your own beliefs and your own demons while solving it. And the moment your mind starts saying कि मेरे से नहीं हो रहा है, मेरे को X नहीं मिल रहा है, etc., you start losing control of the question, and then even 2 plus 2 is not going straight in your mind. So what is very important for you is to have that belief, and you have to have that assurance in yourself with respect to your problem solving. I am solving it, so it will get done. I have solved hundreds and hundreds of such questions, and I'll be able to do it. Thank you so much. I'll wind up then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.